Hey, what's happening, y'all? This is Andrew with Mirror Music, and I promised y'all that I was going to do reactions to every song on Nas's Magic 2. So this one is for Abracadabra, which is the first song. I mean, there's an intro, I guess, that comes before it, but it's kind of a lead-off song for the record. So here we go. We'll see what we got. It's like a carnival barker almost, not his voice, but the music.
I gotta say what it is. It's coming in.
It's like a warm-up, I guess, right?
They're gonna try me, they on my body, no Illuminati. No way to describe me, no other word other than godly. I run it back to.
That's another one of those flashbacks to like God's son, right? Like no other way to call me other than godly, I think, right? Help me out in the comments. Make sure, like, again, if you're new to this series, I'm not a Nas expert by any stretch. I'm just about the furthest thing you can get from it. If y'all can help me fill in like the backstory of some of this, that'd be good.
Back to back to back, ain't no one beside me. I'm doing them grimy, yeah. I don't know what got inside me, yeah. Do-rag energy.
Do-rag's another old song too, right?
When that lady got hit on the track, I'm seeing black, so I got a black. The magic is black, magic is black. What generation don't listen to Nas, don't listen to rap?
What generation don't listen to Nas, don't listen to rap? And Nas is for everybody. I mean, it's kind of it's not a wink at Wu-Tang, it's for the children, but like it's the same kind of idea, right? Like Nas is for everybody. Nas is for everybody because the rhymes and the style are timeless. That beat right there is kind of gliding over. I don't know, not surfing, but like it's jet skiing almost. It's kind of like that kind of not gentle flow. I mean, it's hard, but it's kind of gliding over the beat, and I love it. But it's a modern beat too, right? It's one that you would be more likely to hear in like the last few years as opposed to like the early 90s.
They probably spit on my grave for real. I split them like Puff and Mace for real, cause I got a budget to waste for real. Hit boy in the drum and the bass. Nobody jump on the stage.
Okay, somebody's got to tell me the Puff and Mace story too. Like, I feel like that's one of those things that's buried way back in my brain. Because he said I'll split them like Puff and Mace for real, or I said that badly, but you know what I'm talking about. So tell me that story in the comments, please.
Trouble, but niggas is acting like they was in trouble today. Let's go. I'ma say what it is. I'm the one taking the risk. Y'all creating the hate, but I be creating with hate. Ain't no way we can miss.
The hate and the hit, I love. It's not. I mean, in the English teacher version of this, that's called a slant rhyme. Hate and hit. It has different vowel sounds, same consonant sounds. It jumps out even more because both the consonants, the H's are the same and the T's are both the same. Just the vowel in the middle is the same. Hate and hit. I mean, technically the E's at the end, but it's silent. But you know what I mean? Like that's one of those little bitty rhymes that's in there that you miss the first few times, or I missed the first few times I listened to this, and there are layers to these rhymes, and it's just, and then the more you listen, the more you hear, and the more you hear, the more, or at least the more I'm impressed.
Ain't no way we can miss. Ain't no way we can miss. Can't put a grade on my shit. That should be a shame of y'all list.
I know there's been a whole, I've listened enough to Coop and Mike D on According to Hip Hop to know that Nas has not been placed perhaps as appropriately as he should be on greatest of lists. And he's calling him out for it. Good.
I put my veins, blood, bone, soul. I put my brain into this.
Oh, I gotta go back and do this. Hold on. I gotta go back and listen to that piece again. That's nice.
Ain't no way we can miss. Ain't no way we can miss. Can't put a grade on my shit.
Listen
That
to
should
this.
be a shame of y'all list. I put some pain into this. I put my veins, blood, bone, soul. I put my brain into this.
That's syncopated, right? Instead of being like right on the beat, it's ta 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 ta. Like it's that kind of. It's not offbeat. It's syncopated. It's put where it is on purpose, and because it's like that, it kind of jumps out at you, and it's so good.
For brainless, anything to be famous. I'm a magician. You should listen.
Here's the magician.
2020 when we did the first 5-hour run. Now the curse
See, there's a
one, it's a blessing.
holy fuck, dude. That's a whole different flow. Again, like, it's the same kind of beat, isn't it? Isn't it the same kind of beat as the beginning of it? But the flow is, like, completely different. Which follows up nicely because the song's called Abracadabra. He's just said he's a magician. And for me, who can't rap at all, hearing somebody do this many different flows on basically the same beat or the same kind of beat is kind of like a magic trick. I know it's not really magic. I know it like real magic tricks. It takes years of practice and years of skill building to be able to do. But like from my position, just listening, it sounds like a magic trick. Certainly not something I can do.
By the time y'all hear this, we be halfway through the next one.
I hope so.
All the rappers we lost are hoping they rest up. Back to my roots like fresh love. Still avoiding the extras. What will they say today? I came from carrying crates to touring through various states. I'm doing what's never been done to this day. Even the great could be on a plate. Nobody's safe. Abracadabra, so I'm in half and then reattach them. I'm doing magic. Can you escape?
Wow. So this is the, I guess that's, from what Coop just told me, this is a pretty common, like, album opening kind of song where he's kind of laying down the gauntlet, right? He's like, he's not just saying, look how hot I am. He's saying, I'm going to, hold on, it's like cut you into pieces, like saw you in half, right? And reattach. Like, he's, you know, those stories, I mean, I'm sure many of the fans of this channel are also basketball fans too. There's lots of Larry Bird stories. You can see dozens of them on YouTube where he tells the person what he's going to do before he does it to them. Like he says, I'm going to go, in the timeout, he'll go to, like, say, I'm going to go to this spot on the floor and I'm going to shoot left-handed and then he goes right there and does that thing right then. It's a another mark of skill and of greatness that he's calling a shot and then he's paying it off, right?
I gotta say what it is. I've been the one taking the risk. Y'all creating the hate, but I be creating with hit. Ain't no way we can miss. Ain't no way we can miss. Ain't no way we can miss. Can't put a grade on my shit. They gonna try me. They on my body. No Illuminati. Killing them easy. God, I'm doing this thing as a hobby. I'm running it back.
I'm doing this as a hobby. Like, he is that good. I mean, obviously he's putting a lot of work into it, right? But also, him and Hit seem to be kind of in like this run, like this flow, this groove, and it's just coming one after the other, after the other, after the other, and there ain't no way we can miss, right?
On my body, no Illuminati. Killing them easy, God, I'm doing this thing as a hobby. I'm running it back to back to back to back. Ain't no one beside me.
Note he says back to back to back to back. That's 4, right? That's KD 1, 2, Magic. KD 3 was Magic. Magic was in between 2 and 3, right? I think. Anyway, he's talking about those 4. He's not even including this one yet. Because, I mean, even though in this song he's calling his shot, he has not completed it. Even though he's called his shot in the song, he hasn't, like, stuck the landing yet. At least if you're just listening to it for the first time, right? So he'll do that at the end.
I'm doing them grimy, yeah. I don't know what got inside me, yeah. Yo, yeah. Can you believe this? You are doing juju. Abracadabra, niggas.
And you know what I'm talking about, man. It's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day.
Is that his voice? That's not the same voice. Maybe or his head just slowed it down.
You just sit here, you don't know what I'm talking about?
So who is that talking at the end? Is that Nas with like his voice gone through an effect that has changed it a little bit, or is that somebody else? Help me out with that in the comments too. So yeah, I've talked a little bit, like we've talked in previous videos about how the title tends to be a thesis statement, and you see that in poetry in the wider world too. Like in the history of poetry, the title gives you some insight about what you're looking for in the poem. And there are very few people who do that as well as Nas, where he doesn't like give away the whole song, really give away the whole meaning or whatever in the title, but he gives you, something to look for, right? Starting an album called Magic 2 with, which is, obviously it comes after Magic 1, but also you can think of the 2 as like TOO 2, like Magic Again or Magic Also. So that's a play on words, and he's starting it off with a song called Abracadabra, which is such a fun word anyway, just like the way it sounds. Like even, whoa, I just thought of that. The rhythm of the word abracadabra is very similar to the beat that he's riding on too. All right, it's that kind of feel to it. Even the word has that kind of feel to it. So I don't know if that was in Hit's head when he made the beat, or if it went the other way around, or he thought he heard the word, Nas heard in his head the word abracadabra when he heard the beat. I don't know. I don't have any inside information about that. But they match up nicely. But yeah, it's a magic trick. This is a perfect album opener. It's a perfect way to set the mood, to lay down the gauntlet, like I said before, lay out, this is what I'm going to do. And this is the beginning of what he does. So it's another great song. I don't have anything else magical or great to add. If you haven't listened to the whole record yet, you should go do that immediately after you finish listening to this. So take care, y'all. I'll see y'all next time.